All You Need to Know, the Bloomberg Quint podcast that prepares you for the day's business.
Good morning, I'm Alex Matthew and this is the All You Need to Know podcast from Bloomberg Quint. Here's everything that you need to know at the start of your day to stay ahead of the curve. Today is the 17th of September. First up, what international markets have been building up to since last week. The latest from the Federal Reserve. At the end of a two-day meeting, Fed officials held interest rates near zero and signaled they would stay at that level for at least 3 years, promising to delay tightening until the US gets back to maximum employment and 2% inflation. In its statement released yesterday, the Federal Open Markets Committee said it expects to maintain an accommodative stance until those outcomes are achieved. The fresh guidance is the Fed's first step in an evolving communication strategy after it unveiled its new long-term policy framework to allow inflation to overshoot the 2% target after periods of underperformance. The Treasury's yield curve steepened slightly on Wednesday after the decision. Fed Chairman Jerome Powell told a press conference following the meeting that, quote, "This very strong, very powerful guidance shows both our confidence and our determination," unquote. He, however, admitted that it was still work in progress and, in his words, that there was no cookbook. Now, India crossed a grim milestone yesterday in the battle against COVID-19. The country's number of confirmed infections crossed the 50 lakh mark yesterday, and we seem to be heading towards becoming the country with the highest number of cases. 90,123 fresh cases were reported in the 24 hours to 8 a.m. yesterday, according to the latest update by the Health Ministry. The fear is that while some economic activity picks up in the country, certain sectors could remain under significant pressure if the pandemic is not brought under control. In fact, airlines in India are seeking at least $1.5 billion as an interest-free credit line from the government. Civil Aviation Minister Hardeep Singh Puri said this in a written statement in Parliament. He went on to say that the airlines are also seeking to defer loan repayments by 6 months without these borrowings being classified as non-performing. And finally, the airlines, which have been struggling since the lockdowns were first announced in March, have also asked the government to bring jet fuel under the goods and services tax and abolish excise duty on it. In other news, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said yesterday that the stress in urban cooperative banks due to the COVID-19 disruption urgently required an ordinance in the Banking Regulation Act to protect depositors' interest. Speaking in Lok Sabha, which yesterday passed the Banking Regulation Amendment Bill of 2020, bringing urban cooperative banks under the ambit of the Reserve Bank of India, Sitharaman stressed that the financial position of these banks is very weak. You'll find more details in the story on the website bloombergquint.com. Moving on, Tata Projects has won the contract to construct a new parliament building at a cost of 861.9 crore rupees, according to officials. The Tata Group company edged out Larsen & Toubro, which had submitted a bid of 865 crore. The new parliament building will be constructed close to the existing one under the Central Vista redevelopment project, and it is expected to be completed in 21 months. In international markets, US stocks ended mostly lower, though the Dow managed to eke out some gains. The Nasdaq declined 1.2%, while the S&P 500 fell about 0.5%, and futures are currently indicating further declines. All three early rises in the Asia-Pacific region have started off in the red. With that, it's over to Hormuz Fatakia for the trade setup for the day in India. Good morning, Hormuz. How are we looking today?
Good morning to you, Alex, and to our listeners as well. Markets ended higher for the second straight day on Wednesday, with gains ranging from autos to metals to real estate stocks. What did not gain, though, were media stocks and PSU banks. I'll begin the list of stocks for today's weekly options expiry session with HCL Technologies, which announced the expansion of its strategic partnership with Google Cloud. HCL Tech will bring its hybrid cloud data warehouse offering to Google Cloud under this partnership. Buybacks and bonuses will be in focus today. Dhanuka Agritech has announced September 28th as the record date for its 100 crore share buyback. The buyback was announced in July at a price of 1,000 rupees a share. September 28th is also the record date for the bonus issue of Suven Pharma. The board had announced a 1:1 bonus issue in August. And HSIL is the third company in the list which will consider a buyback of shares on the 21st of September. Indian Energy Exchange will be in focus after Dalmia Bharat acquired 2.3% stake in the company at 206 rupees a share. Dalmia Bharat had earlier acquired 1.7% stake in the company on the 10th of September. Let's shift focus to some stocks that were buzzing in trade on Wednesday. One of them was Birlasoft, which ended 11.5% higher at an all-time high. The stock has gained over 20% in the last 5 sessions. Happiest Minds Technologies will be listing on the bourses today. The company's IPO was subscribed 151 times. Early ticks on the SGX Nifty indicate that the index trades 30 points lower around the levels of 11,570. Indoco Remedies ended 6.5% higher on Wednesday at its highest level since January 2018. The stock gained for the 7th straight day, its longest streak since October 2017. The stock has gained 32% in the last 7 trading sessions. And keep a watch on ITDC, which ended with gains of 10%, the most in over 3 months, to end higher for the 4th straight day. You can get more details on all of these stocks and a lot more in our All You Need to Know copy on BloombergQuint.com. And with that, I wish you a safe day ahead, and it's back to you, Alex.
Thanks, Hormuz. And as always, thank you all for listening in. This is Alex Matthews signing off. Have a great day.
I hope you enjoyed listening to All You Need to Know. Did you know that you can listen to the show on the IVM Podcast app? On the IVM Podcast app, along with this, we have a number of other shows which you think you'll enjoy. Listen to Cyrus Says with Cyrus Brocha as the host. Listen to Paisa Vaisa with Anupam Gupta. The Scene and the Unseen with Amit Verma, or Shunya One hosted by Shiladitya Mukhopadhyay and myself. Check out the IVM Podcast app to get more talk content that you will enjoy.